Gracious greetings to all, and thanks for tuning in to our channel. Let's dive into a classic TV rivalry that's been revived with the advent of streaming services, Friends versus Seinfeld. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Friends or Seinfeld? Which one are you rooting for? In one corner with Smelly Cat, we have Friends, a cultural behemoth that celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2019. Its impact on pop culture is undeniable, from quotable lines to iconic haircuts. Did you have the Rachel cut in the 90s? Come on, be honest, I know I did, girl. In a bid to draw in viewers, HBO Max shelled out over $425 million for the rights to the show. On the other hand, and presumably living across the city in the same multiverse, we have Seinfeld. Netflix, not to be outdone, licensed the complete run of this show, which premiered back in 1989 and stood as the most-watched sitcom of the 90s. What's interesting is that despite their different sensibilities, these two shows are often compared. They both follow a group of friends living in New York City, but each friend group and cast bring its unique flavor of humor and relatability to the table. The different approaches of Friends and Seinfeld to similar subjects help to invite comparisons. Seinfeld represented a more sardonic and cynical worldview, represented in jokes like the Junior Mints gag in comparison to the more heartfelt emotional appeals of Friends, so a person's preferred series often depends on their personality. Now let's delve deeper into how these shows compare in terms of viewership and cultural impact. Seinfeld, which first hit our screens in 1989, quickly climbed the charts to become the most popular sitcom of the 90s. Despite the undeniable charm of Central Perk and its couch-surfing, coffee-guzzling, eclectic group of friends, Seinfeld consistently scored higher viewership numbers during its run. But when we shift our focus to cultural impact, Friends takes the spotlight. Friends has created more than just a fan base. It has cultivated a global community that transcends generations. The show's influence is everywhere, from the ubiquitous pivot references to the endless merchandise featuring our beloved characters. Walk into any gift shop and you'll likely spot a mug or t-shirt emblazoned with iconic quotes or images from the show. Even Katie Maloney adorned the door of her apartment on Vanderpump Rules with the iconic frame from Friends. Friends' impact extends beyond the borders of the United States, resonating with audiences worldwide. The show's relatable characters and universal themes of friendship, love, and navigating adulthood have made it a global phenomenon. On the other hand, Seinfeld, while not as globally pervasive, has a unique charm that has stood the test of time. Despite some cringe jokes and dialogues that haven't aged as well, Seinfeld's humor remains timeless. The show's exploration of the minutiae of everyday life, its show-about-nothing approach, has resonated deeply with audiences. Critics, too, hold Seinfeld in high regard, recognizing its innovative storytelling and sharp wit. Every sitcom from the 90s and early 2000s has moments that are considered problematic today. Seinfeld is certainly no exception, and it contains its fair share of jokes and dialogue that really haven't aged well at all. For example, a retrospectively dark Seinfeld moment when Jerry's carelessness leads to Babu, the Pakistani immigrant, getting deported, was played for laughs, and that wouldn't fly in a modern sitcom. So it's quite the toss-up. Friends, with its enduring cultural popularity, continues to captivate audiences around the globe. Meanwhile, Seinfeld, with its timeless humor and critical acclaim, still holds a special place in the hearts of its viewers. While Friends continues to resonate with audiences worldwide, it also suffers from 90s moments that make us cringe with its transphobia, mental health insensitivity, and of course the fat shaming of Fat Monica. The portrayal of Monica's weight issues, including her moniker Fat Monica, also causes online uproar with increasing regularity. Seinfeld and Friends are both full of problematic moments that prompt the thought, the 90s were a different time. But the callous insensitivity throughout Friends is almost unwatchable at points, especially since it's dressed up as the less cynical, more wholesome show. With all these factors in mind, which show comes out on top? This question might have crossed your mind a few times. Let's dive into what Screen Rant has to say about it. According to their analysis, Friends is considered the bigger TV show. Its popularity is enduring, standing the test of time, and showing no signs of waning. From merchandise to a global fan base, it's clear that Friends has a special place in many hearts. But what about Seinfeld? Well, It might not be the material favorite, but it certainly has its own charm. Seinfeld, with its unique humor and unforgettable characters, has made a lasting imprint on our memory. Both held in higher regard by critics, and some of its jokes and dialogues, though not aging well, are still relevant today. So it's a bit of a toss-up, isn't it? Seinfeld with its flaming fire-spreading popularity, and Friends with its enduring pop cultural impact. It's like choosing between a comforting bowl of soup and a sharp shot of espresso. Friends has made Jennifer Aniston a movie star, and we cannot forget the Rachel haircut that was the major hair trend of the time. So it seems that while Seinfeld might be the crowd favorite, Friends has made a lasting imprint on our pop culture. Before we announce the winner, tell us in the comments what show you prefer and what are your favorite episodes. Well, it turns out Friends might just be the winner as far as popularity and revenue go, but Seinfeld is definitely aging better. So we may just not have a clear-cut winner just yet. Time will tell in this TV conundrum. From the sense of humor to the real-world cast, much of what gives these shows their identity simply looks different through a modern lens. Each show, in its own right, has left an indelible mark on the landscape of television comedy. But we're interested in your personal thoughts. Perhaps you have a Seinfeld episode that always leaves you in stitches, but maybe a little cringe in today's landscape. For example, the Soup Nazi, who is one of the show's quintessential figures, has received scrutiny because the Nazi comparison feels inappropriate for modern sensibilities. Or Chandler's dad on Friends being handled with transphobia. Is it okay to laugh at our past cultural boo-boos? Or should we crucify ourselves for every past mistake? Let's get a discussion going. Who knows? You might even discover some hidden gems from other viewers' recommendations. And if you've enjoyed this friendly sitcom showdown, why not join our community? If you're a fan of either show or just love good comedy, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep the laughter alive and keep the nostalgia flowing. Don't forget to choose to be kind today. To yourself, or even better, someone else, or even a smelly cat.